What you're about to listen to is Rochester, New York Police Chief David Smith on the record as a guest of Dom Genova on his No Nonsense Roundtable.
Well, the thing is that back then there was a level of respect that came with the job.
Yes.
Not to put words in your mouth, but I mean, you were on one of the things that happened with people in police and police work is that you were respected and honored and looked up to, and that, I mean, that's changed since when? Since 2021. I mean, what is your perception of this thing?
Yeah, well, I mean, definitely, and the sheriff is fond of saying it, these past few years has been, for law enforcement, the equivalent of, Vietnam, and what the troops faced coming home from Vietnam. And it's not so much that, we were defunded because we weren't budget wise, but we were defamed. And, that, and it's a nationwide thing. It's not just us. Obviously, we went through our own issues here. But it was a nationwide thing, and it's going to take a long time to recover from that, if indeed we ever do. I mean, culturally, you look at us, it's not just police officers don't get treated with respect. By and large, we don't treat each other with respect across, any spectrum now between social media, our social interactions. There's just not a lot of respect out there culturally anymore.
Well, I had I have a series of little videos that I've done lately. I wrote an article for the Rochester Business Journal. It's called Social Media Myopia, and I've got comments from the mayor, from the county executive, Bob Duffy, Jeff Tyzik, how social media has been used, especially by the big companies, to foster discontent. Because fostering discontent gets you more clicks, more lights, more advertising, and so the people that are on the edges now have voice that they never had before. Okay, so you get people that are arguing against oxygen, people that think that the world is flat. No matter what you do, you're wrong, and they never had that voice years ago, and so they have that voice. They're being encouraged to have that voice, and that's why. To that point, why don't you comment on that yourself? Because this would make a great little. I do these like 3-minute videos, and you tell me.
Yeah, well, I mean, that is the danger, right? I mean, you have a very small minority who now have a very large voice, and a lot of folks, I think a majority of the folks, are simply afraid to speak up because they're afraid they don't want to become the victim. You know what I mean? Whether it's social media or in person, with the doxing that goes on, the targeting of folks. I can't think of the term right now, but whenever everyone decides, okay, we're all going to pile on this guy because he did something we don't like,
Right.
and we're not going to go to his shop. We're not going to buy his product. We're not going to do this. We're not going to do that. There really is very little ability for folks to agree to disagree anymore.
Right.
In civil discourse. And it's a shame because civil discourse is what this country was founded on, right?
Thanks for listening. You can find our previous shows at nononsenseroundtable.com. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll make more.